Well, I suppose we aren't losing too many views anyway because of the glitch.
Hmm.
So we're basically already, this time Phil can't blame me.
Good
Sorry.
morning, good day, good evening.
Yes, before. Yes.
You're here for VRL and VRL F.
I mean, it'd be weird. Why didn't you have a little intro for your for GPRL?
I think I did. It was like, hey guys, welcome back to,
Nah, well, that isn't original.
GPRL.
I spent 2 days
I
thinking
know
of
it's
that
not original.
intro. I spent 2 days thinking of that intro,
Did you?
and it was a banger. It
It
really
is a
was a
banger.
banger.
I'm just not as smart as you.
No, I'm a creative mastermind.
I'm just a little bit caught up.
Oh my goodness. But the disconnection might have actually been a good thing.
It may have been.
Yes, we can call that one Collie, and then
Yeah. See? Constantly thinking of good ideas.
you do have some good ideas, but they're not creative. Not as creative as mine, clearly. Alright, I really want to start, but it will take some time to put everyone where they qualified. Oh, we have.
We have a little background story of Alex Bomberg, the life of me. We have a 24-hour race in May, on the 8th of May. Obviously, the coronavirus is a little bit of a problem.
Well, you might actually be able to commentate for once. No, we're not. In a 24-hour race. What do you
24 hours.
what do you eat and where do you eat when you have a 24-hour race?
Well, I haven't. Shall we go? Is this little interview time?
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't actually done one before. It's the team's
Oh.
debut. So I've done endurance races before. I've done 6 hours. I haven't done a 12-hour.
So
It's-
what do you eat then?
Yeah. In terms of what we anticipate it with it being May, it's coming summer, so we expect it to be pretty warm, which means we'll end up sweating a lot. So lots of sugary.
Yeah.
high
McDonald's?
carb. Not McDonald's, no. As much as I would like to.
Oh.
You got to be very strict on your weight.
Oh yeah, of course.
So I don't know, lots of pasta or if I'm honest,
Pasta.
it's
I mean, if the coronavirus doesn't spice that up. I mean,
Well,
they don't
yeah.
have pasta anymore in Italy. Like, not joking. They've run out of pasta.
they've run out of pasta.
Yeah, they have. I saw this Italian man who was like screaming that they didn't have pasta anymore, and it wasn't this shit since World War II.
Okay, well hopefully by then pasta's back in, because that's good food to eat. But
Yeah.
something that will keep us going. Obviously it's not at the start of the race that's the issue, because the race starts at like 1 PM. It's when
Ah.
it comes like
Yeah.
2 AM in the morning and you've got to wake up for a 4-hour stint, and you're just like, oh.
Do you sleep there or do you like sleep at the track?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're sleeping at the track. So we have like a motorhome,
Ah, nice and cozy, I suppose.
like a little car, like a little house on wheels. So that'll be parked up at the track, and we're also going to have a gazebo, like a big tent by
Yeah.
the track.
So a few
So-
sweaty guys in a track and a tent.
Yeah. So
Racing, you'll have to see. No, really, that's actually
yeah,
jokes.
it's a big tent. It's a big tent. It's not even a tent. It's a gazebo. But I don't expect you to know what one of them is.
No, I do not.
I'll send you a photo of a gazebo.
Yeah, alright, we are actually here,
Alright.
finally. Let's
Finally,
hope.
we are here.
Please ready up, please ready up, please ready up. Let's try it on if you have the same glitch again.
I need a gazebo with sides. There we go. Look at that. Wonderful.
I don't have a face cam, so I can't show it to the rest of the stream.
I don't want to save 68% on 3 meter by 3 meter waterproof gazebo. Thank you.
That's a pretty good deal. If you do say so myself.
I don't want to, but we've already got one.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't let those fantastic deals slide, can you?
That's a gazebo I've just sent you.
I don't know. I'm interested as well.
Because we're now on the grid for the formation lap.
Yeah, here we are. Fuck, finally. I've seen that before.
Yeah, that is what us Britons call a gazebo.
We call it a party tent.
A party tent, or a party tent.
Well, anyway, let's go back to actual racing.
Back to VRL.
Alright, here we are. Dylan on pole position, as he was. Thomas in P2, Phil in P3, Sam in P4, Bradstone in P5, Felix in P6, Luke in P7, Tim P8, Sam P9, Arpa Gamer P10, Mariah P11, Steve P12, Dafifa P13, Gavin YouTube P14, Vapron in P15, Luke in Kuhn in P16, the good guy in P17, and we have Barry in P18.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. I mean,
Also as the qualifying order.
It's not as good as Matt's race rundown on WTF1, but I'm getting there. One day.
Dylan. Alright, let me do Dylan, Thomas, Phil, Sam, BBB, Flix, Luke, Tim, Sam, Adipole Gamer. I can't do it. The names are too long.
Yeah. Well, let's just go have a little look at the chat. We have both Steins, Racing Point and Williams team bosses. Then we have Hot Lap Mode, team boss and partner of VRL. We have Jay and we have Adam as well, of F2 commentator. The one who has to put up with your abysmal driving. And we have Thomas in P2 and Phil in P3. I reckon, of course, only 10 separating those guys in qualifying. That's going to be mega close. They're on the same compound of tyres. Everyone has been nice enough to not cheat and go on to mediums. Everyone inside the top 10. Of course, everyone.
Yeah, abiding the rules. To be honest, though, Italy, I don't think you really gain too much.
No, Mariah's on the mediums. I'll just quickly show that. Detail. Yeah, so Mariah, Steve, Gavin, TT Vapron, and Get a Good Guy are on medium tyres and the rest on softs. And then we have Dylan on pole. Dylan on pole position, leading from his Haas teammate Thomas.
Who can get a good start? Important run down to
5 red lights. Coming up to that tight chicane is going to be a very interesting one, and it looks that Phil already has a jump on the half teammate of Dylan Thomas. He has to stick in the slipstream though, and Thomas, can he do anything down into turn 1? A bit of carbon fire flying around off the front wing of Phil there, and he's lost a bit of it front wing. Felix meanwhile goes down the inside of him, and he's still on P3 often, and Bradster still hangs there in P5. Is there any more action down the grid? Yes, there is. Look, loads of people going side by side.
So everyone being very well behaved into the Della Rocha chicane. Very. There's contact. Tim has been spun round. I'm not sure if that was for his own doing or he's got hit off there.
It's at the same place where he spun last year, going over last year, went over that massive curb there, went airborne, and he's come to a halt at the same stop there. He can go on his way, but he has to make a comeback race all the way down from P18. Meanwhile, Phil has regained his position. P3, even though with that front wing damage. Meanwhile, the Racing Point boys have moved up a few places, 1 place actually for Luke. And he's trying to put Alfa Romeo of Bradster.
Yeah, I think Tim actually escaped that little off without any damage. He seemed to go of the car. But other than that, everyone being relatively well behaved on the first lap. I'm surprised that there wasn't any contact as we now go into the chicane for the first time. It will really be a case of how quick can the drivers feel themselves out into turn 1. It's a big braking zone and there's a lot to be gained if you can brake a little bit later.
There is, of course, but as you said, there was no contact, but actually incorrect. As you can see, Phil misses a piece of his front wing as he smashed into Thomas on the chicane. A little bit too optimistic there. And he lost a bit of his front wing there.
He should be able to cope without, at least until the first stop. I can't really tell how much the damage is affecting him right now. It's not going to be ideal, but remember, it is Monza. There's very few high-speed corners. It's, you know, you're on the throttle for 80% of the lap.
You are, but of course it's gonna be tricky coming into Ascari. But as you would say, everyone kept it clean, and there was a little battle forming up between Sam and Artapon Gamer. The guys who battled it out for victory in Britain are now battling it out for P8 here in Monza. Can Artapon Gamer throw himself down the inside there at the last corner? He does put his nose in there, but it's not quite enough to gain the position from him.
Felix is really close to Phil now. Felix in the slipstream, chucking in. He's going to have to go round the outside of Phil, gives him a good squeeze. It's going to be who's later on the brakes, down into turn number 1. Felix going round the outside. It's tricky to do so there. Phil squeezing him out. He's got to be careful now, as he comes under threat from BBB in the Alfa Romeo.
And yeah, Brett's of course seeing his opportunity there. Of course, if these guys keep crashing, keep belling each other, that could pose some opportunities for him.
Luke and Sam getting in on the act now as well. DRS will be enabled next lap, so Phil's going to really struggle.
He really is. He's making a bit of a train for himself. Tim.
Like a trolley train.
Yeah, has meanwhile made some progress. He's overtaking the rebel of the good guy, and has now moved up to P17. His next target would be Gavin YouTube, and he's made an easy prey of him. Oh yeah,
Gavin
sorry, I
YouTube
just missed that.
battles. Yeah, picking his battles, and yeah, fair play. Yeah, he knows where he is, and he's happy to sit behind him.
And as you would say, as you just said, Phil has just lost the place to Felix, and now he's gone massively wide there. And he will be under threat from Baxter in the Alfa Romeo, the Italian car on the Italian home soil. Can he do
racing points are close.
Oh yeah, that's going to be interesting as well.
Phil goes for a move on Felix down the inside.
Oh, I did not expect that from him. He tries to hang it around the outside there. On the chicane, there's a bit of grass and gravel there. He has to be careful he doesn't smash into that. But he's still side by side. He's not giving up. This is a good opportunity for the rest of the pack to catch up even more. And Phil keeps his P3 question mark. Yes, he does so. And Felix being punted off into the gravel by Bradster. Yeah.
And now he's on the outside. Lost another place to loot. Is going to be vulnerable to
maybe down the inside. Ooh, did you see that?
Look there. Yeah, you can't make him with Phil. Very sideways out of last line number 2. Brett could commentate the final podium position here.
Yeah, of course, he did make a little bit more contact with Phil, and now he's inside him.
That's a weird sentence.
Yeah. Let's go on our way. But they're still looking to go to the podium place here in Monza on the long back straight here, and he throws himself down the inside and he says that place is mine. But Phil's gonna opt for the switchback here, but he has to be careful he doesn't come on attack from either Felix or Luke there.
Just a little update for you, Sam. The two Hasses are swapping places. Dylan not putting up any fight for Thomas. That's a move for the lead. And he goes into the lead. Meanwhile, we've got nearly 4 wide down the main street.
Oh, look at Felix! Look at Felix! Oh, I thought he was going to throw himself down the inside there. And still no contact, mate.
Somehow these drivers are keeping it clean.
They really are, and Felix just lost quite a few places. He lost 3 places in the last lap. Baxter looking to throw himself, make it 3 wide and go to the podium place. Oh! Someone's round, yeah, at the same place where Sebastian Vettel once went round. Now there is Phil who went round, and he comes out just ahead of his Mercedes teammate. And there was contact between Butts there as he tries to go for a move for P3, and he finds himself in P11 just outside of the points ahead of his Mercedes teammate. He's going to be very surprised to see him coming out of nowhere. And he goes past as Phil has worn tyres, and I think it might be a good time to pit as his tyres will have started to get...
a safety car today.
I think he might have more front wing damage as well, doesn't he?
I'm not sure, he seems to be struggling.
No, he does seem to be struggling, but he's kept the same front wing as he did before the crash.
Brett. Oh, I thought Brett was going to come into the pits. He pulled very aggressively to the right. Luke is going to take third position with the DRS. Strong move. Looks like Dylan now. Dylan's actually made a move back on his teammate. So as a third and fourth swap over, first and second swap back over, and it's the other Haas back up into the lead now. So we've got more yellow flags down at turn number 1.
I think there might be for Sammy. He lost quite a few places. Where was he? He was P6, wasn't he?
I'm not sure.
Phil has bid it. As you can see, Phil has bid it, changed his front wing, and so is Barry behind him.
TTG Vaporeon now trying to make a move on Cone. This is for P13. I don't know if he's been hit there, but he's spun round. I think what's happened is he's just got his wheels onto the grass on the right hand side. A very weird incident, and as he broke, the Ray just stepped out on him. He's down to 16th position now. Well out of it, Phil.
And we have victim number 3 at that corner.
Indeed, victim number 3.
The good guy, not having a world-class drive, but he's doing bits in P15. Moved up quite a few places, picked up the pieces, as you would say.
Looks like Gavin's actually quite close to Cone now. Might be able to make a move down the main straight if he gets a good run out the Parabolica. He's looking quite low on ERS.
Oh, look at the Haas guys. Look at the Haas guys. They switch places once again. They're just switching places. It's almost like they want to pull away with each other in the DRS zone, and they have done so as I put a gap of 5 seconds towards Luke, and it doesn't seem like they want to be fighting each other, but they just want to be pulling away in slipstream, so they eventually maybe can. I think that might be the tactic.
YouTube's just coming to the pits for a new front wing. Meanwhile, looks like Tim is right on the back of Marine, who's struggling today. I don't know if he's got front wing damage or their medium tyres just aren't working for him.
I don't think the medium tyres are working for him. Meanwhile, Bradster did kick up some smoke as he's pushing to the absolute maximum to keep with Luke.
The DRS does help him quite a bit with that one.
Team is having a little bit of a cheeky look there. Championship rifles. Meanwhile, we have Steve in P9 getting him 2 points. He'll be wanting more.
P9 though, that's not a big haul of points for... Yeah, looking at the championship right now, no one high in the championship is getting a big haul of points other than maybe Felix. Or Luke. I don't know where Luke stands in the championship. He's had a bad run.
Luke hasn't been quite lucky enough to be in the championship for 5. Meanwhile, Tim goes past Marine for P11 there, and he gets a job done before the chicane even comes up.
Just coming out through the Curva Grande there. It looks like Felix is really close behind Brett. He's tucked into the slipstream. He's going to go right on the outside, a bit like Alonso versus Mark Webber back in 2011. Down the inside goes Felix. There's a little bit of contact. Unlike his teammate, he keeps it in a straight line through the Della Rocha chicane. Ardipod Gamer now trying to get involved on the act. Can't quite make a move. Remember, Ardipod Gamer, race winner just a few races ago. He's in the mix here for a podium place. And Darth FIFA as well, up in 7th.
Together with Darth FIFA, he always seems to be spicing something up with the big boys here. They do get their fair share of luck in it, but they do have their fair share of own driving skill. As he goes into the wall, question mark. I think he might just have escaped that. Lucky him.
I didn't see what happened.
He lost the car and he went into the grass and he just about kept it out of the wall. I think he might have even scrapped it, but no front wing damage for him. And he goes on his merry way.
Yeah, he's going to pick up the DRS though, so that's kind of going to keep him with this really big train now that is forming behind Brett. Felix looking to make good work of that as he's going down the inside of the Alfa Romeo, who turns in on him ever so slightly. Felix with a cheeky little switch back there up into P4. Brett's got no traction.
Look at that FIFA.
Turn 1. Yeah, Darth FIFA up into P5. Good move. The two Alphas now are going to go side by side. Sam backing out of that move there, and Steve not quite in the mix to make a move. But remember, Steve is on the medium tyres. He's the highest running medium tyre runner, and that might come into his hands later on in the race.
One of the few, actually, of course, only 4 medium runners, of course, who started on the mediums, I should say. There are quite a few extra now, as they have already made a pit stop. Look at Bresta, he's got a bad accident there, and his teammate might take profit of it. He's going to take profit of it, I don't think he's going to be able to quite make a move down into this turn, but I think with the DRS he should be able to get it done. Quite a lot of things there! Oh, Felix! He bowls a good championship position, and there won't be a top 5 finish, I think, for him now, as he's got no front wing. He'll have to take that car back to the pits and get his front wing repaired, as there will be no front wing running. And
that's the same place where he crashed. I believe, is it season 3?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, look at Steve. Well, who's that? That's Steve and Sam. They've come together on the main straight.
Off into the wall. Steve with front wing damage. A virtual safety car has been called out.
Steve just turned into him. What was he doing there? Not a nice move from the championship leader. And
so people who's that has benefited. Sam was in the pits. Artipod Gamer in the pits. Felix, it's sort of cushioned the blow that crash made.
It has.
He will get half a free pit stop here, but that's going to put someone like Sam. Dylan, who's just pitted, he's going to come out in the lead of this race.
I think he is. But a very dirty move. Some time to investigate that. I'm not sure. It wouldn't. I wouldn't see a reason why Steve would just turn into him like that.
Did you catch it on the?
I did catch it on the stream, but it just looks like he just turned into him. I'm not sure. He might have thought he was not there, but yeah, really, there's no escaping the fact that he just sticks Sam out there, and he's got no front wing himself.
I think it might have just been a case that they got latched onto each other.
That could also be a possibility.
But very weird as we're now green again for the Italian Grand Prix, and
Tim gets running outside of Steve with no front wing, but with the man who already has, I think, quite a few penalty points, he's gonna be close to the race ban at this point.
I think he will be getting a race ban. Meanwhile, we got a lot of stoppers. My
look at Dylan. He's gotta move up quite a few places, isn't he? And he comes out in the lead comfortably. Well, not comfortably, but he's gained some time.
As well, though. Up into P4 ahead of everyone, really.
Yeah.
I've just watched Artipod Gamer try and make a move on Vaporeon, who made a very late move under braking into the red affiliate. Vaporeon not stopped yet. I believe the only driver, bar Marine, to not stop.
Steve's coming.
Good run through the Curva Grande. Is he going to send one down the inside? He's not, so he's going to have to sit behind. He needs to make light work of Vaporeon if he wants to get a move on, which he should. Going on to the hard tyres though, that's an interesting strategy call.
It is. Well, I believe this race is a one-stopper, isn't it?
It is. It's a really easy one-stopper. We're at least soft to medium.
I'm pretty sure the mediums aren't that bad near the end of the race, are they?
No. As long as you control the rears, because it's easy to get quite a bit of wheel spin through, you know, turn 1, turn 4. But
yeah,
if you control that, you don't have really any problems, of which all these drivers are capable of doing so. So an interesting strategy call to go on the medium tyres, the hard tyres, sorry. But nevertheless, oh well. Looks like Artipod Gamer will get the position out of Vaporeon as they go down the main straight. DRS activated. Going to go through and up into P5. which is an effective P4. Looks like Luke going to get involved on the battle as well. Down the inside of turn number 1. That's a strong move. Exactly what he needed to do. Looks like we got 2 cars side by side. Yes, Del FIFA and Brett.
Yes, they are side by side, and it's gonna, as you just said, Luke needs to get the move down. He can't stick around in traffic too much. This would be a good time to make up some points on the championship leaders.
Yeah, obviously we've got Steve down in 15th, Felix down in 12th, Phil, not really a championship leader, 13th.
Sam, the only one who's gonna make up some ground, and he really needed that, as he was only 12 points behind Steve. And with everyone outside of the points, he might be taking, I think he might be coming P2, equal on points with Steve. Steve does have more victories than him.
I believe Steve will be serving a race ban.
I think he might.
Put anything out there, but watching the...
You'll have to see afterwards. And FIFA looking to make quick work of Bradster. He can't do so just yet. He'll have to wait to them for the main straight to come up. But with the arrows, I think it's gonna be an easy move for him, and I think he's gonna get it done before the second chicane.
Looks the back of our gamer. If you don't mind me cutting you off there, looks
no,
like...
no problem.
And Brett actually giving Duffy for a little bit of a push through the first little chicane.
There's a yellow flag.
Yeah, I see that keep popping up from time to time.
Oh.
I can't actually see.
Look at the hard guys. Look at the hard guys. They're inside a second, and the gap that Dylan had was like a good 1.5. What was the 4 seconds?
It was something like 4 seconds at some point. As soon as Thomas came out of the pits, Barry's got 10 seconds left for the coating, so that's his race run.
Might be able to get that removed though. I'm not sure what it did. That will be something for after the race, but I think Thomas is gonna make quick work of Dylan here. Might be some team orders coming into play as well.
Do correct me if I'm wrong, but is Dylan a reserve driver for Haas?
He is.
Yes. So
he normally can't make it on. Obviously, he's quick enough to be a main.
Yes, of course. I think that Vaporeon's made a mistake through his car, similar to what Felix did before. He's been slow and lost a lot of time and a position or two. I believe he'll be pitting this lap. No, he continues, no problem.
Yeah, Thomas is gonna line up a move on Dylan here, I'm sure.
Looks like Gavin YouTube really closing on.
Run outside, sorry, yeah. He does go for the big dive, and he's passed into the lead on the professional lead of the Italian Grand Prix as Ronaldo 5 seconds up the road, but still with a pit stop to make.
I've just watched Gavin make a move on Vaporeon. Very, very strong move down into turn number 1. A potential candidate for overtake of the day, as he sent it for a very long way back. Got a very clean move done. He's up into P10 now.
He is in the last point scoring position. He'll be lucky if he can, well, not lucky, but Felix is coming up the road as well, so that might be a difficult task to keep him behind for a one single point. And we also have Phil only a few seconds behind as well. He's on the hard tires, of course. He had to make that. He had to make that stop.
Might come past Thomas again. Obviously, if he wants to.
They're not helping each other, that's for sure. But they do have a little bit of a buffer.
Yeah.
Run the outside here, Dylan. Past Thomas for how many times I don't know, but he's passed once again. Thomas is not wanting to see the P3 position for long. He wants that P2 and professional lead as quick as possible. He's not going to risk anything though.
A little bit further back, Tim, who went off on, I believe, first lap actually, yeah it was. He's now up to P9, pressurising Brett. And I imagine he'll get that moved on pretty soon. It's a kind of a case of damage limitation for Tim, with Steve down in 14th. He can gain some points back on the championship leader.
Yeah, he can. Not many. I think it's got to be Sam on the lead. No, I think it's going to be 7P2 after this race, as Steve does have more victories, unless he can move himself up a place, which would mean he would get the lead by 3 points, I believe.
Yeah,
Thomas.
well, remember Moran still has to stop.
Yeah, and he is doing so now. And Thomas is starting to fall behind a bit more. It's just 10 just to get right now. It's being closed down a little bit more with the DRS.
Tim, anyway, very close to Brett. He's going to make that move quite easily into turn number 1. That's exactly what I need to do. Up to 7th now. He just needs to keep doing this. Thief is just 3 seconds up the road. He can catch that if he gets his head down. He just needs to clear the DRS from Brett now.
A top 5 is on the cards.
Could be. Very much could be. With Ardipod Gamer on the hard tyres, you know, maybe even P4 for Tim if he really gets his head down in these last couple of laps.
Of course, look, he's not a midfield driver. It's one of his biggest rivals. Not in VRL per se. They haven't really had many on-track battles in VRL, but in other leagues they've been pushing each other to the maximum, and there's a really friendly.
A few races of GPRL, they were really nipping and tuck.
They really were. As I would have to spectate mode at the time, as I crashed quite a few times. But anyway, Dylan still keeps a nice little lead from Thomas. I think he needs an extra 10th to really be on the back of him after this straight.
Yeah, usually if you're within maybe 5/10 of a second, you could have a proper pop at it into turn number 1. If you're a little bit further back, then you've got to be a little bit more optimistic and hope the driver ahead is running 11 wings. Of which I doubt any of these drivers today are doing so.
I don't think they are either.
I hope they're not.
No, you'll be a sitting duck.
That would be Ferrari strategy. I'm nowhere in Italy, but you know.
Oh yeah. Well, the gap is not really increasing, but it's not really decreasing as well. I mean, it's a steady gap.
Is that between the two Hasses?
Yeah, between the two Hasses there. Of course, Sam is 3.6 behind. Now he is a bit closer, I must say.
Yeah, I think right now Thomas is quite happy to sit in the slipstream of Dylan.
Still 10 laps to go. Perhaps a safety car could spice things up.
Yeah, it looks like some of the on-track battles sort of starting to iron out. Tim's gained 0.3 of a second on Darthy for ahead, who's just clinging on to the threads of Ardipod Gamer Slipstream, who I have to say is doing a very good job.
Look how close Thomas is. Now he's going to have a crack at it, isn't he? He's only 2/10 behind, and I think it might be a good go for the lead of the race. And Thomas is past his teammate once again. Good,
Another
easy move for him. They're not really battling each other. They're just I think. I mean, you have an overtake and you have a DRS overtake. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's what's going on right now. And that's exactly what they're doing right now. They're just pulling away in the slipstream, but as they're pulling away, but Sam has moved up closer to them. So he could still be a dark horse in this race to win his first VRL race. The guy who
what I was saying, as just a moment ago, Ardipod Gamer on the hard tyres doing a very good job to stick with Luke, considering he's on them harder tyres. Admittedly, yes, he's getting pulled along by that DRS, but you know, he's not being completely washed out. So yeah, fair play.
Yeah, maybe with the mediums it could have been even closer. Are you sure it's maybe not one of those other glitches, or did they fix those?
No, I'm sure that is the medium tyres because it's showing up the same on the tyre screen as it is in the game. So maybe he was just concerned about his tyre wear. Maybe it will end up helping him in the last 3 laps.
Oh no. I know Jamil, he was struggling near the end of the race. He did get up on the podium, but his tyres were absolutely dead. I'm not sure which compound he ran. But his tyres were completely dead near the end of the race, so perhaps some opportunities for him.
Yeah, there's no way it would have been the hards.
Oh, Gavin!
And a VSC, Phil just dove into the pit. Steve gonna follow him in.
Soft compound for Steve and Phil. They could still spice things up.
I think these two thought it was a full safety car because I don't think they're really going to gain much at all. Tim's got a 5-second time penalty for ignoring the yellow flag. We might have to review that after the race because I was given a very harsh one in Belgium of F2.
That's something for after the race.
F2 Belgium was another race that went absolutely terrible for me.
Have you had any luck in F2?
No.
No.
I'm trying to think of the last time I had some luck. A simple answer, no. Germany was an alright race for me. I finished 6th. Actually, I think I ended up finishing 5th after penalties. But I got hit and got front wing damage on the first lap. So.
Ah.
Oh well.
5-10 separate Thomas and Dylan. Could he go for a move into the first chicane?
I think he's
the only chicane. I think he might. No, he won't, as you said. I can hear myself double again. And Dylan still behind his teammate. I think it might be the time to actually start battling each other, as there are only 7 laps remaining and every opportunity could be the laps.
I'm watching Cone and Barry going side by side down just after Ascari, and they were on the brakes waiting for each other for the DRS. Cone went ahead, and they must have lost about 2 seconds there. They broke for the DRS line. Barry now with the DRS. He's not even going to make the move.
So, on the outside, maybe he could still get have his nose in there. No, he won't, and Kuhn keeps his P11 for now.
Yeah, that made me chuckle.
Yeah, I've seen them before in real life. I remember Alonso vs Hamilton, that very famous on board on Instagram, where you could just see they were belling out for DRS. Dylan might be able to make a move on his teammate once again.
Oh, we got Cone off.
It could be a 1-2 if Haas crash each other
Cone came back onto the track and hit Steve.
And Dylan goes into the lead. Sorry to cut you off there.
Don't you worry. But Sam's slowly coming. Ardipov Gamer now, finally making a move on Luke. Seems a lot more confident on them hard tyres.
He is, and the tyres will start to come to life.
Moran now past Brett, up into P8. He's got about 4 seconds to Tim, who himself has closed up a second now on Darth FIFA. And these guys are all battling, which is good news.
You have to wonder how long are these Haas guys gonna have keep their quote-unquote peace treaty where they're just only overtaking each other with the DRS. Yes, they're not really trying anything with each other.
Yellow flag in sector 3, I believe that is Cone retiring from the race. His day's over. Yeah, how long? Yeah, will they go for a battle or will they just? I don't know if Dylan wants to sit back and give up first place. Equally, Thomas wants to win. Yeah, it's not out of the question. If championship contenders keep crashing, going off, Thomas can pick up some good results. He'll be bang on in the championship fight. I believe we're just over halfway now, correct?
Yeah, this is round 9 of 14, and Thomas is not sitting back any longer. He goes down the inside of his Haas teammate once again, and Sam is closing up a little bit more.
Yeah, so Thomas obviously debuting a couple of rounds ago. Things would have to go his way a lot.
They would, but you never know. This is racing. This is VRL. You never know.
So Ardipod Game is starting to create a bit of a gap to Luke as well, who's struggling and actually falling back into the clutches of Darth FIFA. Barry pits finally after 15 laps on them hard tyres, and he's actually retiring from the session. So yeah, nothing he could really do with his race.
Nope. I think also quite a few rage quit as well. Not too many crashes going on. Quite a few, of course. Sam was a crash, and I'm pretty sure Gavin also did crash, but Kuhn and Barry were pretty sure rage quit. Dylan once again behind his teammate, as you would expect, as it's been going on for this like ages.
It's close enough if he wants to move.
Is he gonna take his steamroll, or is he gonna? I know Dylan is a bit of a fiery character, not in a bad way, but he always wants to win. I'm sure of that. There is a Ferrari standing in front of him. Oh, he retire or he ghosts.
Yeah, I don't know. On my screen, that was under a yellow flag.
Yeah, so, it was on mine as well. And look at Thomas. Is going to go try for another move here. Only a few laps remaining. I'm pretty sure the P3 has got out of the window, and they will be looking to actually fight each other, maybe.
I think as much as they as much as they want the position, I think they're both smart. They're both thinking this is a lot of points for the team.
I'm sure.
Potentially throw away. Darth Fifa's going to put one down the inside of the first Lesmo of Luke, who had a terrible exit. And they're side by side now. A little bit of a shove. Darth FIFA edges ahead though, and he's up into P5. A unique move. You usually see someone throwing it down the inside of the first Lesmo.
Yeah, of course, but Luke will get him back here, I'm pretty sure. Maybe around the outside. Tricky place to overtake. No, he's sitting back, not taking any risk. Some points would be good for Racing Point and Luke himself.
Yeah.
And what do you reckon? Thomas going for another crack at his teammate. I think he might just do so.
Yeah. Dylan's just not using the ERS. Just saving, you see, by the flashing lights. He's got the pace to stay with his teammate.
Yeah, he has so, but I think it's very frustrating for Sam. As I'm pretty sure he can keep up, but it just without the DRS he can't do anything. He has no teammate to help him.
Yeah, they're just tearing each other along as Vaporeon gets a 10-second time penalty. I don't really know what he's doing. Luke's still battling with Darth FIFA though, which has given Ardapol Gamer a little bit of a caution. As this is the closest battle on track right now. He will have DRS.
Oh, look at
Yes.
Darth FIFA, massive slip moment, massive slippery moment for him there, as he nearly lost the car and lost the tyre there, but he's managed to save it. But he's now on the track from Luke, who goes for a move into a scurry, and he's got his P5 back.
Yeah, good job from Darth FIFA to collect that back up, but yeah, you can't be doing that. Showing signs of them tyres, maybe, as we predicted, Sam.
Yeah, going off, and they will play nicely into the hands of Ardapol Gamer.
Looks like Warren, Dylan, making a move.
once again.
And Luke and Darth FIFA side by side. Darth FIFA is going to take that position back. Obviously, that is the effect of overtaking just before Ascari.
Of course, but they're gonna run out of time doing this. One of them is gonna reckon the race might be decided on lap 26 then.
Could be.
Or 20 on and off lap could still be decided, but it would be a case of is Thomas gonna try to put his foot, or if they keep doing the same thing, Thomas is gonna be in the lead after this lap, and then Dylan will be P2 onto the final lap, and then one of them is going to have to say, I want this victory. That could end up in tears. They do have a little bit of a buffer to actually battle each other. But
they've got very healthy ERS bars, obviously because they've just been saving it and not using it down the main straight.
Once again, same story, same outcome probably.
If it is the same outcome, is he disadvantaging himself though? The next time round? Yep.
That's the big question. Same outcome, Dylan moves out of the way, doesn't even try to fight his teammate. And might be on his way to a likely victory at this point.
He got a really bad exit though out of that chicane. That's exactly what he didn't need. So he's got to have a big lap here to close back up.
Already 7 tenths made up. A tenth. Oh, he goes a little too deep there. That's going to cost him some time. That's going to put him outside of the DRS. He's 1.3 behind, and Thomas has got his foot down and passed him. And if he doesn't close up to the DRS zone here within, I reckon, 5 tenths, that's what he needs to generally make a realistic move on his teammate. He's lost his victory with 2 bad corners. Nearly faultless for the whole race. But 2 bad corners could be making the difference here.
Yeah, he just dipped his tyres onto the grass, and that's obviously it.
Yeah, I think that might actually be the race. I don't think we have any ongoing battles besides the battle for P5.
Felix is right behind Brett. Both of these guys have very old tyres, and I'm surprised they've made it this far. Will Felix be able to make a last gas move down the main straight?
Can we just talk about Steve and Phil? They've had a very boring race, and call to go on to soft has not helped them. Oh, that's gonna cost him points. Oh, a point.
Could it? He's still in P10.
He's still not, but he's gonna have less momentum than Phil, and Timu makes a quick move for P6 as well. A little cheeky move for
to P6. What happened to Darth for that? Because he's right behind Luke.
Dylan's not gonna pull it off. I think Dylan's not gonna pull anything off anymore.
Nah. Game, set, match.
Why did I actually? I didn't check for penalties. 2 warnings for him, and no penalties for both gentlemen.
So it looks like he's going to be done the old way.
He's gonna get on lap if he's not careful. Can Raypron on lap himself? Haha. Of course, with the ghosting system, no one's in the way of each other. Is he gonna be on lap? Can he complete the 27% laps? No, he's not gonna be able to do so. And Thomas wins the race from his teammate Dylan. Very impressive drive, and Sam comes home in a very decent P3, and Luke moves up to P4. So very, how do you say, an inline result, as both Haas cars and both Racing Points lock out the 2 front rows.
Yeah, Darth for 5th, strong race from him. Out of Gamer 6, a strong race from him. He ended up getting put down with penalties. Tim ended up P9, but he did have an unserved penalty, so that may be removed, and he may end up 6th again, maybe higher.
And Phil ends his race as it basically started with winner's trophy for Thomas as his teammates alongside him on the podium in P2. And it's a 1-2 for the last guys. It's been a very long time since that last happened. I think one word to sum up this race would be strategy, really, strategy.
Yeah, not the most fireworks race in VRL.
Definitely not, but enjoyable nonetheless. Could you do me a favour and invite all gentlemen to the podium post-race interviews, top 3 that would be.
I got you.
Then I'll run the people down the grid as the results have been very interesting. Thomas gets a 2nd victory, Dylan P2, Sam P3, Luke P4, Darfifa P5, Adapal Gamer P6, Ronaldo P7, Felix P8, Tim P9, Baxter P10, Phil P11, Steve P12, Vapron P13, DNF, Barry, Kuhn, Gavin, Good Guy and Sam have not made it to the finish, and they will have been left disappointed.
Just suggesting these people for you now, Sam.
Sorry?
Just suggesting the invites.
Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Just wasn't really paying attention. Was looking at the chat. Maybe you have some other quotes from some drivers. Did you press ready? Because I haven't got anything. Oh yeah, there we go. Few suggested players. Thomas, Sam, and Dylan join us. Hopefully. We have the winner, Thomas, joining us. Welcome. You finished P1 on track, and you're the first one to join us at the party as well.
Dylan was just after.
Yeah. So you really were the main focusing point of the race. Was it actual strategy of you guys just really not really banning each other, but more so slipstreaming off each other and keeping with each other's DRS? Can you maybe elaborate on that?
Yeah, so the plan was just lose DRS from the guys behind and just DRS each other for the whole race. And that was the plan initially. We got the gap, got 1.2 seconds I think on lap 3, and yeah, it was pretty much easy on from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the plan was to just keep our ERS up, so we just swapped positions nearly every lap.
Yeah.
And then we were in a party, so we were just talking on the straight before the main straight. We were just saying swap or not, and then yeah. Sometimes we were meant to do it, we didn't. That's probably my fault, but yeah, overall it was quite good.
Yeah. Did you decide to take the team role there as you really didn't battle each other? Of course, you lost. Basically, you lost victory on the second last lap as you made 2 mistakes. Very small mistakes, but that did cost you the race, didn't it?
Oh, I said like a lap 19 that I was gonna let him win because he's got a championship to fight. I'm literally it's round 9 by now. I've got nothing to fight for apart from the constructors. So I was gonna let him win either way, but my tyres were at 70% at the end, so that sort of played a factor into making a mistake.
Yeah, and just another question for Thomas. Of course, this is a second win. The championship leader hasn't scored too many points. Do you think if things do tend to go your way, you'll still be able to challenge for the championship, Thomas?
What's the next trial? Just remind me.
I think it's 2 weeks, and I think it might be Singapore.
Yeah, it is.
Oh right, okay, so Singapore is one of my favourite tracks.
That's an obvious dub for me, let's be honest. I'm joking.
If you turn up.
If I turn up, yes.
Of course. But definitely, so you do see yourself fighting for a championship possibly still?
Yeah, I definitely do. I see getting good points in Singapore, really do. Yeah, and it's a 1-2 for Haas as well. And another thing is, I think if me and Dylan were battling the whole race, I think he would have got a puncture at some point. So it's good that you got to the end.
Alex, do you have any more questions for these 2 gentlemen? I don't think Sam's going to be joining us.
No, I don't think anything else to comment on. Good race, very tactical race from definitely the 2 Haas boys. Maybe next time you can spice it up for us in commentary.
It's Singapore next. When are we gonna be able to overtake?
That's probably very true.
That's the idea. Spice it up. Send one down the inside.
Yeah. I mean, we were like, come on, guys, let's get going. We want to actually race each other for a bit, but no, you did very good, and you deserve to win here. I'm gonna round up the stream. I hope you can join us in 2 weeks' time for Singapore. Will be an interesting race as the championship is still very close, and anything could still happen. I want to thank you for watching, and goodbye.